Hey everyone, I wanted to hop on and share because I was going to make a reel today, but I have been journaling and just having so many breakthroughs. I'm doing a lot of work around my own healing around money mindset and being okay receiving wealth because I deeply love the business that I run and I know the life that I want to live, but I still have some blocks around receiving. And so I've been diving deep into some work from Lauren of Love, and she had some journal prompts on worthiness, and that's been hitting really deep. And what's kind of interesting is I've been feeling super judgy about myself when I show up on Reels, thinking that I'm talking about too many topics. That's a really big thing for me because I feel like if I'm going to be building this, authentic brand and having people know whether or not my offers or my community is right for them, that I need to have a really clear focus. And the truth is, my brand is about my self healing, and that means that it goes in all sorts of directions. And tonight I saw a really beautiful connection between the main things that I'm working on right now. And so the main things that I'm working on at the moment are money and self-expression and healing anxiety. And self-expression is something that I have a lot of practice in, same with healing anxiety, but I'm still at my next level of wanting to push it, right? Like that's why I'm doing the story challenge and the reels challenge and showing up in new ways and sharing my voice unedited and really pushing the boundaries of self-expression. And when I started journaling about my mindset around worthiness when it comes to money, it's so interesting how connected all these things are. And with worthiness, I noticed a lot of resistance. I have like 14 pages of notes, so I'm not going to go into all of the things. But one of the things that I really had come up for me is, you know, is that when I feel worthy, if I close my eyes and really get into feeling worthy, and I had to do a lot of journaling and a lot of reworking in my brain to actually even feel what it feels like to just feel worthy, just as myself, feeling worthy of all of my desires, of all of the love, all the money. I realized that that feeling of feeling worthy for me felt so peaceful and so calm and so safe. And it was this feeling of knowing that I'm provided for and that I'm just innately worthy, which means that I can do and be and say whatever I want to, and that doesn't change my worthiness, and that doesn't change my safety. And with all of these things, I notice this repeating theme of having scarcity mindset with money or with anything else. There's this feeling of lack and this fear of loss. And with anxiety, that fear of loss is, it shows up for me in the fact that when I have my closest people around me, I'm less afraid that I'm going to have a panic attack or that I'm going to have some kind of mental health struggle because I feel this abundance of support around me. And when I'm alone or I go off on my own somewhere, then I'm afraid that I'm going to lose that support. I'm afraid that it won't be there when I need it. And it's this feeling of not carrying that abundant feeling of knowing that I'm going to be okay and that I'm going to be cared for no matter what. Like that goes away when I'm off in the world doing my own things. It's been set up this like fear of not being safe. And the way that worthiness ties into this is when I really sat into like what it feels like to be worthy, I noticed how not anxious I was, how incredibly calm I was. I got this feeling of radiating love from inside of myself and all around me, and this deep faith that I'm going to be taken care of. And what's so funny is it started as thinking about money, right? If I feel worthy of having more than enough money, what does that feel like to actually have more than enough money? Something that I've struggled with because to me, having more than what you need has this connotation of being greedy or selfish or it'll take from someone else. Like all these things I've had to rework. And when I really sat in like, no, what would it feel like to be worthy of having just flowing abundance, so much money that all of the things that I need, all the things I want are taken care of, and there's still more, it feels so safe. It feels so incredibly safe. And I could feel how calm my nervous system is. And that feeling of worthiness, when I started thinking about, well, what do I notice in my life? What do I pay attention to? What does it feel like? I noticed that I just felt so grateful that when I'm fully embodying my worthiness, I picture myself being so taken care of, because the worthiness goes hand in hand with this deep feeling that I will have everything that I need, that it will be here. And because if I'm worthy of it, why wouldn't it be, right? Like, it's all connected. That feeling feels so calm and peaceful and safe, and it made me notice the love in my life. It made me notice all the good things in my life. I picture like looking around the room and just taking in everything I have in such deep gratitude. It was such deep gratitude. And it also gave me this feeling of being able to be and do anything that I want, because the way that self-expression comes into this is I noticed that if I feel totally worthy and I'm not afraid of losing anything, because I have this deep faith that I will always be provided for, that I will always have everything I need and be safe, then I'm free to get up and act silly or sing or do somersaults or whatever it is that I'm called to do, and to be whoever I am and not worry about how I speak or how I look or how I move, because it takes away the fear of losing acceptance and losing safety. It's so tied to the anxiety. It's just, yeah, it blows my mind how much all of this is connected. And it makes sense, because the reason I feel like I'm talking about so many different topics when I talk about creating a wild-hearted life and consciously designing your life and healing it's so many different places. And when you heal one thing, maybe it's just healing self-love or healing your money mindset or anything. Every time you heal something, it connects to other things, and it has this ripple effect, which is amazing because it like amplifies the inner work that you're doing. And I just found it really interesting how much worthiness ties in to feeling safe and not anxious, to trusting in life, to feeling like you can express yourself, and to receiving money. And so I'm definitely going to keep revisiting this visualization. I might even make a meditation around it, just sitting in feeling like someone who is worthy of all of my desires, of all of the money, all of the love, all of the safety, all of the health. And in that worthiness, having deep faith that I will always be provided for, and that's just given. I'm just worthy because I am. There's nothing I have to do to earn that worthiness. It just is. And if I sit in that place, then everything in life feels free. There's such a lightness. My whole body relaxes. My nervous system feels so calm and regulated. And I'm excited about just enjoying life. I can have deeper gratitude for all of the good things around me. And I can be my full self. There's like not even a thought of self-judgment or holding back or silencing my voice or anything. It's just fun. It's just getting to play. It's just seeing opportunities and really being my full self in such gratitude that I get to move through the world and explore, which I have always felt is what life is meant to be. And so it's so interesting owning my worthiness and releasing fears of loss and lack and not being safe and not having enough and having to earn love, money, attention, affection, all these things, like that neediness of feeling like there's a scarcity around it. Like if I am a certain way, I could lose one of those things. Yeah, that holds me back from making money. It holds me back from expressing myself, and it holds me back from healing anxiety. And worthiness is such an amazing piece that connects all of these things together. So that's my share for tonight. Hopping on at the end of a long day, no makeup, no nothing. I'm getting very used to just coming on here and sharing my heart and not editing. And I hope that some of that resonated with you, helps you. And honestly, as I continue to show up here and tell you what I'm all about, this is what I'm about. It's about my healing journey. It's about creating a life that I deeply love. And there's more that I want to say on that as well. That might be another video, because that came up in my journaling as well. Why creating a life that I deeply love is so important, and how it is such an act of rebellion against all the things that almost took me down, and all of the ways that I was silenced in my past. It sounds really lovely, like create a life that's your best life, or create a life that you love, but it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. There's like such a reason why I do this work, that I do the healing work and the conscious creation of life work and the goal setting work and all of the things that are the core of the work that I do. There's such a deep reason why, and it's because I've been through so much, and me claiming this beautiful life is such an act of sacred rebellion, and in the most beautiful way, rebelling against systems of oppression and systems of violence and just all of the trauma that I've been through. Yeah, so I'll get into that a little more in another real video. Whatever this is, it's gonna probably be on YouTube too, because it looks like it's over 10 minutes. But thanks for being here, and I hope that you know how worthy you are, that you realize what a miracle of life you are, and that your worthiness was with you at birth. You don't have to do anything or earn anything to be worthy of love, attention, affection, money, all of your greatest desires. And yeah, that's my deepest wish for all of us, and I hope that you feel that, and I hope that this was enjoyable, and I will see you soon.